Hello.
Hello.
Hey, Nikki. Hey, Danielle.
Oh,
Hello.
hang on
How
one
are we
sec.
today?
Fabulous.
Awesome. Awesome. How are you, Nikki?
I'm good. I'm just trying to fix my headset. I won't be a sec.
All good. No problems at all. We've got a few down with COVID this week. So
Yeah.
it may just be the two of us, or Dan might be joining us. I haven't heard from him yet. But we'll crack straight on because these sessions are a 30-minute session around career strategy, job search strategy on the Wednesdays. And this is Nikki's first session. So once she's got her headset ready, we will make sure that she's welcomed to the group. Can you hear us, Nikki?
Sorry, I just can now.
Yeah, awesome, awesome. Well, I just wanted to give you a warm welcome because this is your first group session that you've come to. So it's great to have you here.
Thank you. I've been a bit flat out the last couple of weeks. So apologies.
Yeah, all good, all good. So, what I thought I might do is just kind of do a high level overview of the online content that you guys have got. We've got Katie here. So Katie normally runs these sessions for us. She's in some training this week, so I said I'll step in and do a Q&A session today because quite often we will throw in a more general Q&A type session so that you guys can ask questions of what's really relevant for you at the moment, what you're needing help with, what you're finding a challenge or a problem in terms of your career strategy or job search strategy or career transition, depending on where you're at. And we'll do a little bit of more of a group sort of coaching style. Hey Dan, how you going?
Hey, how are you?
Yeah.
Good to have you here. So what I thought I might do is just double check because I know we've just started the recharge program, so this one purely around job search strategy, career strategy, and Nikki, you're also just new as well. So I wanted to make sure and check that you guys all have access to this online program. So can you just all just give us like a thumbs up or type yes in the chat box to let us know if you've logged in and if you've started this one? No?
No.
What about you, Dan? Sorry, I've lost you on my screen. No. Okay, cool. So we have emailed you all the link to be able to access this. And Katie, if you've got access to the link, sending that to them, just dropping it in the chat box so you guys can grab it now, but it is in your emails as well. So I'll just do a really high level overview of this one. We go through our pillars of, helping you guys with clarity, knowing your outcome, like knowing what your career goal is when you're in career transition or looking at more of a high level career management strategy. Here we're looking at, creating your marketing material, your strategy. So we've got some segments here on your job search project, your job search strategy, resume and cover letter online material as well. So here we've got all of your online resume material that you can access, our templates, and you'll see the time limits. These are, that one's 11 minutes, but 7 minutes, 4 minutes, 15 minutes. And then these are, some of them are, only 4 minutes of just breaking down the resume to give you kind of an overview of each of those and like tailoring your resumes. Then we've got cover letters. So in these, we give you live examples of resumes and cover letters that we've written and then how we've tailored them as well. And just giving you some really good foundational information so that you've got this knowledge and skills that's going to help you not just, have a great resume now, but over and over again for all of your applications. So I highly recommend jumping in. This course is designed that you can jump into what you're needing right now. So you might, I definitely recommend watching, knowing your outcome, starting here. But if you're wanting to then jump to cover letters or jump to looking at LinkedIn or interview confidence. So we've got resources in here on how to prepare for an interview. So you click into these and it will, be either a video, a module, or there's worksheets here. So I'm just really wanting to highlight that you guys have access to this, and as you watch all of these, they will tick off, as you've done those. Then we've got like a whole heap of top 50 interview questions there that we've compiled together. Here is a video on job search hacks. Then we've got download your job search tracker. So that's an Excel spreadsheet to kind of be tracking where you're at. Then we've got connecting, so networking. We've got a guest speaker from executive search recruiter here as well. Then looking under converting, so actually, you know, looking at how you're converting and getting the job, interview skills, digital interviews, offer negotiation, looking at salary negotiation. We've got some more resources there on LinkedIn. And then once you've got your new job, how to set that up for success. Okay. So tell me, who's going to give us a thumbs up? Who's going to check out that online program this week? Yeah, Dan, Nikki, Danielle, love it. Awesome. So the other piece that I'll just highlight on here that's right back at the start, you can just click home to go to the home page. And at the start, you've got welcome to your program. In here, meet your coach. So Katie does coaching sessions for this one. These are the things where you can book in with Katie for your coaching session. So I think you've got 2 more to go, Nikki. You can grab that link and book in with Katie. So we can even drop that to you in the chat box. And that's what your coaching sessions around career strategy can be on, you know, identifying transferable skills, job search strategy, interview coaching, communicating your message, guidance, feedback on your resume, cover letter, LinkedIn profile. Then we've got our weekly group coaching sessions. Whilst we email this link out every week, it's also here in this program if you ever can't find it. And, you know, these are our topics that we're teaching and rotating on each week with these weekly sessions. So we can, you know, teach you guys any more information about resume, cover letters, how to tailor, how to make them stand out, anything you want to know there. So I thought I'd show you these topics so that you guys can think, well, what do I want to get out of this session today? Because this one is a Q&A, like I've got here, Q&A with our coaches. So what do you guys want to know? What's in thinking of your problems at the moment? So what I thought we can do is, and I'm just going to drop Nikki that link in for you to grab to book your next session with Katie as well, because I just had it there handy. What I'm going to do is pop you guys in a breakout room literally for 3 minutes to brainstorm what are some questions that you're wanting to ask. Okay, so before we do that, I just want to hear, you know, tell us in the chat box a yes if you've already got questions, or if you need to have a think about it. So type yes, got some, or need to think about it. Cool. So need to think about it from Dan, need to think about it from Nikki. And yeah, okay, awesome. Well, we're going to give you guys 3 minutes in the breakout room, and you can just be, you know, working that out together, or also, you know, just learning from each other. Well, what's maybe asking, well, what's my problem at the moment? So what can I really ask Sally or Katie that's going to help you with that problem? All right, so we'll open that up for 3 minutes for you guys to join. Awesome. How do we go, guys? Did we each get like one question that you can ask today, or identify one problem?
Kind of.
Kind of. Yeah.
Go on, go first.
And Dan, you can ask it to me or to Katie, or you can just ask it and we can let you know who will answer, or who will be best fit to answer. Or if you want to just share what your problem is.
We were just saying, and I don't know whether you want, like, whether, because you might want to do this in another session, so you don't have to do it today, but we were kind of interested in sort of the 101 on structuring your LinkedIn profile.
Yeah.
So that was something I think each of us would find valuable, but yeah, that was one. And then the other one was, I think I've booked my session with you next week, Sally. And it was more of a selfish question around what I should be preparing for that. Yeah.
Yeah. Cool. I'll answer that one first really quickly. So have you done the Career Clarity program? Because I know you were working through that.
Yeah, I think I'm on like day 23 or 24.
Yeah.
So I'm pretty close. I'll be pretty much close by then, yeah.
Yeah, yeah. And just to make sense of this conversation for Nikki, Dan's in our Reconnect program. So he's been doing the the clarity work. So your preparation for me then, Dan, is having done the career clarity program. That's your preparation.
Okay.
So that was just an easy, quick question. So one-on-one on LinkedIn profile, is that something that Nikki and Danielle, you guys were both keen on as well?
I am.
Yeah. And did you have another question, Nikki?
No, I think having you shared that link to that website, it's probably answered a number of the questions or queries that I would have had. So that will be very helpful. I think you've done your job already. I could probably tune out if it wasn't for the LinkedIn question.
Yeah. Okay. And Danielle, did you have any questions? Because if there's something I can answer really quickly and easily, then we can just spend the next bit of time on LinkedIn.
Yeah, no, I was just saying that I was speaking with Katie yesterday about the LinkedIn and all of that. And I got off and actually did it this morning. So you've got it to look at, Katie.
Thank you. I'll have a look at that later. Thanks. Well done.
Yeah, so for me, it was it took a lot quicker than I realized, even though it's in draft form. Once I knew what I was doing, it didn't seem so overwhelming. So, yeah, so.
Cool. Are you happy, Danielle, if we look at LinkedIn a little bit now as well? Is that still going to be of value to you?
Probably not, but until I get my own LinkedIn fixed up. That was where I was at, was like, once I've got LinkedIn is where the leverage from there is, and starting that networking piece and all the rest of it. So I was sort of the next stage after your LinkedIn.
Yeah. Cool. Well, I can do this really quickly and know that there's more information on this in the programs for you guys too, or we can then, customize it to what your needs are. So Dan, I'm going to jump to you. What's your biggest challenge when it comes to LinkedIn at the moment?
I think my profile's semi-okay. It's kind of the actual job searching, like using it as a job search tool, like is there an advanced search? I don't really know much about that, how it works. And I know one of the units was like searching for skills as opposed to jobs.
Yeah.
I found that quite easy on Seek, but I don't think that really worked for me when I was trying to do it on LinkedIn.
Yeah, gotcha. Okay.
Yeah.
And Nikki, do you have a challenge with LinkedIn specifically, just so I can cater?
It's probably like my CV, it's very outdated and needs updating. So, and how to probably use the right techniques for board roles that I'm hoping to, apply for, as well as, like I pay for premium, but I don't even know how to use that properly. So it's just there literally as an expense that I probably shouldn't be paying for, because I'm not optimizing on the actual use of the program upgrade.
Okay, cool. For Dan and Danielle, would it help if I jumped on your LinkedIn profiles and gave you any feedback?
If you want to, yeah, go for it.
And then we can I can see how much we can fit in, so I've just brought up LinkedIn. So Danielle, this is the one you've updated? Yep, awesome. So for Nikki and Dan, having a cover image just gives you a little bit of a feel of who you are and what you're about. So something you could do on there, Danielle, is even add some words to describe more of, any other additional words you're wanting to add in here to describe more of who you are, because, pictures speak 1,000 words, and then it's giving you that feel and that vibe, and people make a decision within that first 10 seconds. Like, I'm sure as soon as I open this, you guys have already made a decision of what you think Danielle's about. Okay, so this would probably be, I'd be thinking more like wellness or coaching or holistic. That's the sort of message that I'm getting, but would be, it's a chance to bring in your personality here as well. So having either 3 really key skill areas that represent who you are is a great way to have this tagline, and just separating it with that vertical line. Or you can have a bit more of a tagline there, like it doesn't have to be 3 key skills. You can use more of your message, which we help you guys with communicating your like more longer form message. So here you're wanting to make sure these first 3 lines are really painting a picture about what you do, because people aren't going to click see more unless they're interested in these first 3 lines. So, you know, if that's not sort of resonating, they're not going to read anymore. So the other thing that I'd be making sure, so you've changed your URL to Danielle Quintonomus. Another thing you could do there is that's keyword searchable. So you can actually have something like related to your field. So you could say, you know, health specialist or Danielle administration, because that's going to help you to be found more, because that's searchable. And that's not me searching Will Smith and all of those. Oh no, it's changed already. That's not me searching all those things. Chris Rock and Will Smith, I think the whole world is searching them. Yeah, so that's a couple of things. And then without going into too much detail, you want to be getting some skills and endorsements, and thinking of the more you give, the more you receive. You know, so if you can, the people that you're connecting with, go on and endorse them. Like I'll just endorse you now for those, Danielle. And this is what you guys can be doing to support each other, connecting with each other and then endorsing these skills so that you're building those up. Like I know you're new to LinkedIn, Danielle, so you want to try and get, you know, you go and endorse people and then they'll do that for you as well. And making sure you're utilizing these skills here as well. And then you can start, if anyone's ready to be creating any content, you can put sort of some featured posts up here as well on your activity. You can just add different, I'm not in edit mode because I'm on your profile, not mine. But yeah, the other thing for you, Danielle, it would be getting some recommendations. So it's not coming up on there because you mustn't have any. So if I was to jump into my profile, you can add that on. So like I have a banner that tells people what I do, and then see how then I've got a featured image, featured post. So there's a couple of other ones I've got to go back in and put as featured there. So people are going to see those. And then you want to make sure you're adding in any certifications and education. And yeah, so this recommendation. So you can just request, that normally shows a request, and then you can speak to someone, ask them if they can give you a recommendation, and offer to give them one as well. So someone doesn't just have to be your old manager, it could be someone you've worked with, it could be another stakeholder within the business, it could be a client, it could be like a supplier or something, or obviously your manager. So that's just sort of a very, very quick, I do in one of the modules break that down in more detail. But if you click this edit public profile and URL, and that's where you can edit your URL there. So you can just come in here, and I did have Sally Watson Career Coach, and then I changed that with the new brand, and I'm going to change it back because I've realized the Career Coach is searchable. So that's just how easy you change that. On this settings as well is quite handy. You can look at what you want. So this is your public profile. So if people are searching on Google, this is what they'll see. And you can choose what is external to LinkedIn, what people want to see. So you've got all of these settings down here. You have basic, do you want your profile photo shown or not shown? You know, I have a lot of mine all shown because I'm obviously running a business and, you know, building my personal brand. So you can choose what you have shown and not shown. Remembering LinkedIn is really, really good for coming up. Its search engine is really advanced. So if you were to Google your name, your LinkedIn profile will likely come up. So if we were to go like Dan Koski LinkedIn, is that you, Dan?
Yep.
Yeah, so you'll come up straight. Yeah, so see how easy you're to find, and then that will show your public profile. So recruiters search for people in LinkedIn via Google because of its capability. It's really effective.
I'll just jump in there. Sorry,
Yeah.
on that. So as an example, let's say a hiring manager wants you to work for them, Dania, but they don't know how to get hold of you or something. A recruiter can literally just type in your name and find all your details and give you a call, and that's what they do. So it's really important that all that information is up to date and correct as well.
Yeah.
Sorry, I just jumped in there.
Yeah, no, all good. So for you, Dan, I'd be saying creating a banner. So you want to think of the type of industry you're in, the type of role that you're in, or the type of direction, and always keeping in mind the type of direction you're wanting to go in, so that as soon as we jump on your profile, we're getting an image that sort of tells us about who you are. Okay, this here is pretty much the default. Oh no, it may not be, you may have changed that, but quite often if you don't put anything here, it will default to your job title. So as I'm sure we all know, job titles don't tell us that much about exactly what you do. So you've got 120 characters here, so you want to utilize those characters to tell people more about what it is exactly that you do. And the reason that this is so important, if we were to go to newsfeed, so I'll just go home, see here, you see the picture and this amount of detail of what they do. So for example, if I was just to find a post that's got some comments, wanting to find one with quite a few comments. Oh, there's 5 here. So if you're reading this article and then everyone reads the comments, and you'll notice it's typically you'll have 80% likes and reactions and only 20% comments. And this is how you can easily get seen, is commenting on different articles. So if you're following your top companies on LinkedIn, go and engage with their articles. And I can tell you now, that's how you're going to get more noticed than applying for jobs. Okay, so engage with their content, and then look, what we see their comment, but we also see their name and then this short tagline underneath. Okay, so I'm obviously connected with a lot of coaches, so there's a lot of coaching stuff coming up, but you'll see who this is, and then that will say and that's what captures people's attention to then click on you and view your profile, or even clicking that, and then gives us a bit more of an overview. Okay, so you're wanting to, this is taking more of a targeted approach of you getting seen by people that you're wanting to work with. And then the beauty for you, Nikki, if you've got premium, if they then click on your profile,
you can see it.
It'll tell you. And then people are typically too shy to go, oh, I'm going to connect with her. So they just have a little snoop, read about it, and like, oh, okay, yeah. Or they might click the follow button if you've got that. But then they've gotten distracted and they're back somewhere doing something else. So to be proactive, you've then, with the premium account, seen, oh, Sasha, someone checked out my profile. You're going to check her out, and then you're going to connect with her. You're going to be proactive and say, hey, Sasha, just got a notification that you're on. You can say that, you don't have to. That you're on my profile. I've just checked out your profile and I'd love to connect. You could say something like that, just really natural. Or you could say, hey, Sasha, I see we're in the same industry and you're working at so-and-so. I'm looking to expand my networks. Keeping it really short and sweet, but always, if you are on their profile and then you're sending them a connection request, so you'd send, oh, I'm already connected with her, but you'd click connect, and then it would come up with add note, always adding a note. There's statistics on LinkedIn to say that people are 3 times more likely to accept you if you add a note rather than just spammy connect. Like, I'm sure you guys, like, I've got 14 connections sitting there that I'm like, probably 12 of those are spam, not spam, but people trying to sell me something. So, by having a personalized note, people are going to read it, they're going to understand why you're wanting to connect, and they're going to accept. And then once they've accepted, then you would say, thanks so much for connecting. How's things going at BHP or wherever it is that they're working. And then they, if it's just a short conversation, then they'll just reply something short back, and you can start building that connection. So in answer to your question, Dan, about job searching, I'd be getting really targeted and proactive with making sure that you're following all the top companies that you're wanting to work for, and then interacting and engaging with their content. So I think the week before last, we did the session on job search strategy, which if you guys haven't watched it, come and watch this one. This is back in the program, and download this workbook that we've got for you, which helps you to get really targeted on your approach. So here, you know, it's just doing all of this, entering that in, which you would have been doing like working with us or in the programs. And then, oh, it's not this one, the wrong one. It's another one in there. And it's got
That's career
top, yeah, sorry, it's, oh, I think I talk about it in this one.
That's it.
No, that's not it. Damn it. Anyway, we're always saying to you guys, come up with like your top 5 industries and then your top 20 companies within those industries. So if you've got 5 industries that you're interested in, or start with 3, and you could probably just think of those now.
And then once you've got clear on that as well, Dan, you can set up job alerts in your LinkedIn, so that when something comes up that's a match for what you're looking for, you'll actually get, you know, automatically get a notification about it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And this is getting LinkedIn to work for you as well. So say, for example, you've got your list of your top 20 companies, then you're wanting to make sure that you're following those. So what would be a company off the top of your head for you, Dan, like that is it company of interest?
Jeez. I don't know, maybe Hollard.
Yeah.
An insurance company, so HOLLARD.
Yep. So you want to make sure you're following them, and you're clicking on them, and then you're checking out what they're doing. So you're checking out what posts they've been sharing, page posts, and you're reading this. And look, no one has commented. So, you know, you can make sure it's something that you can comment on, but it's pretty easy to just say.
That's all right, Nikki. Thanks for joining us today. It was nice to see you again.
Sorry, I just have a work meeting. So thank you very much. It's been very helpful.
Thanks, Nikki.
Bye.
So yeah, Dan, coming and checking out what they're doing. This is going to give you a feel for their culture as well. You can just click posts and then have a look at jobs, and have a look at people.
Yeah.
Is that something that you're doing?
Not really, no.
Yeah.
Connect with the people in the organizations, and when we talk about the people, look at the people who are going to be of interest to you. So if there's a head of that particular insurance that you want to work for or something like that, you know, connect with that, and then look for their internal people as well, their internal recruitment team or their internal HR team or whoever it is as well, and do some connecting with those guys.
Yeah, no, that makes sense. They're probably a bad example, but I think that makes sense. Yeah.
So this here, like we've just gone on to people, there's 4,000 employees. You can search by title, keyword, or school. Here you could click on all the ones in Australia, and that's going to give you those lists. No, it's not. Or does that put that somewhere into a so it's blocked them out, and then go to like job titles. Yeah, so this is doing a search. So I've got Australia there. Oh, yeah. And then say if you're wanting to look at here, then that can narrow them down. Oh, so that's bringing them all there. Yeah, bringing all of those people that are in Australia that are in that department. Like that's gold. to be able to, and you can be doing this to even just research. Like if you're like wanting to work in a you know, what did we put in there, like say for example in a finance type role or something that you, or like this customer success and support, we'll go, okay, I'm going to have a look at these people. Oh, this, I'd love to do customer strategy and insight, so let's have a look at this person and how did he get to where he is in this role. So we've got their whole career history there for you. You're like, okay, so this is what he's done to get to there. So it's just the value of the information that's at your fingertips from LinkedIn. Cool. So any other questions around that, or anything that you've kind of really taken away or loved or learned from that?
That's good. That's helpful. Even just, I think, finding people to connect with, you know, it's one of the things a few people have said to me is to start sort of, you know, identifying the companies that you're interested in and just reach out to people, you know, not necessarily sort of asking them for a job, but just, you know, start building some relationships, I guess.
Yeah, absolutely. And so starting with that in an even higher level than the companies is thinking, well, what industries am I interested in? And then searching for companies within those industries. Okay. So that's definitely, you know, a task that I'd set for you guys. If you don't yet know, start thinking, well, what am I interested in? Because you're going to love your work more so if you're interested in the company and the industry. Cool. Any other questions from you guys, or just type a Q in the chat box if you do, and I'll just check with you, Katie, if there's any other things that you want to add or things that I've missed from the questions that people had.
No, I don't think so. No, it's yeah, it's just about like, you know, like Daniela and I were talking yesterday, make sure that that profile is good, that it's telling the story of you. You know, it's an extension of the personal profile part of your resume. However, it's more it's a bit more personal, if that makes sense. So it's really telling that story about who you are, and it's good. You've got to grab people straight away so that they want to engage and learn more about you. So that's really, really important. And yeah, just do the networking piece, like Sally said. Think of your industry, find organizations, and then break it down to people.
Yeah.
All good.
Awesome. Any other questions from you, Danielle? No, all good. All right then, guys. We'll see you tomorrow on the Reconnect sessions if you're coming to that one, or otherwise we'll see you on your one-to-ones.
Perfect. All right.
See you guys.
Bye.
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 Thanks, bye.